Good afternoon. So I'm here with my Empire XS in 2.2 and I've got some H&N 15s, 15.89 grain with a 5.52mm head. I've just done a rough zero with this scope I fitted last night at 25 meters. So to show you this target I've just shot at. Took me about 5 shots to get onto the actual target itself. You see the far left one, that was the 6th shot, if I'm rightly, or was it the 5th shot? I think it was the 5th shot. Okay. So yeah, I dialed it sort of really pretty central. The last 3 shots went for the same hole. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some shots at the target to the left and zoom in on that. I've got 12 more shots. These are the same pellet, and I shall use the top target, the white crosshairs there, to aim at. And that's at 25 meters. I've also got a target at 28 meters, and we'll take another 5 shots at that. No, sorry, another 12 shots at that after we've taken the 12 shots here. So yeah, I think it's roughly zeroed in. It should be pretty central. This scope may be a little low. I've used low mounts, and it might be a little low for my eyes, so I might have to raise it to a medium. But we'll see how we do. So just check the parallax adjustment. Looks pretty sharp to me. Okay, so there you go. 12 shots. This is a completely clean barrel. Before I put those first 12 shots through, there's a lot of dirt in this barrel. So it should be a lot cleaner now. Means it should be, once it's ready back in, it should be pretty good. We're at about 190 bar. Nice trigger on this rifle. Right. I think that's the final shot. So breathing wasn't brilliant. I kept it reasonably still, but yeah, the group looks a little bit wider than normal. But this is a fresh barrel. I've given it a really good clean. A lot of muck came out of it, and in fact I've cleaned it twice, and a lot of muck came out the second time. So I think that will tighten up. So what we'll do, we'll reload and we'll go out to 28 meters, which is on the very back of the my range where the steel plates are, and we'll take another 12 shots and see how we do. Hope you like the little video. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon. So I'm back with my Kral Empire XS 0.22 cal, and we're using the old 15 Barracuda 15s, 15.89 grain, 5.52mm head. I've got a target out there at 28 meters, and I'm going to take 12 shots and see how this groups. This barrel's only had another 24 shots through since it's been really cleaned well. So, and I'll just do the actual scope up roughly, so we'll see how she performs. It's relatively calm today, so it should be pretty good. I think we'll take the white crosshairs at the top again, and hopefully she'll perform pretty well. I'm shooting off a rice bag, so not too bad. There we go. Right. There's the target. It's 12 magnification. I might actually reduce it to 10. So I normally shoot on 10. Okay. So here goes. Shot number 1. So just a parallax, because we're a bit further out now, 28 meters out. Maybe a little bit of that one. No, it's still pretty central. There's a really nice trigger on it, this rifle. Definitely moved a little bit to that one. Definitely neat. A little bit to the left, that one. To the main group. Low. that's it, that's the final shot. So that's not too bad at all. Just fire the action off. So that's 28 metres out. It's pretty calm. There's a little bit of breeze down there. I think those two lower shots, one was definitely me, the real low one. Yeah, because I'd made quite a big hole there, I think my crosshairs wasn't quite in the dead centre, which is why the two lower ones, especially the lowest one was me, but the other one was probably me just not quite getting it at the aim point right. But yeah, because it's only had 36 shots through it now, from a complete clean, she'll take a bit of leading in, she'll probably improve with this pellet, no doubt. It does seem to suit the H&N Barracudas and the 18s and the 15s. There's no clipping issues with the 18s either. If I went to the 21s, the matches which are heavier, I probably might have a clipping issue, because obviously the shroud is actually quite a long way from the end of the barrel inside. So obviously when the pellet exits the barrel, it may start to drop because it's a sub 12 foot-pound. But with 15.89 grain and the 18.13 grain Barracuda 15s and 18s, it seems to be no problem whatsoever. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this rifle. What I'll do, I shall probably take one more shoot at some spinners at 25 metres. Oh, we've got the squirrel. The squirrel's in the garden. I can see him. We've got the sole grey squirrel comes in and he digs his nuts out the grass quite often. And you just leave him to get on with it. I wouldn't kill him because he's well, I wouldn't say he's a pet, but he doesn't cause any trouble. I've got nothing in the garden that can be affected by squirrels. So yeah, it's just a bit of wildlife. So what we'll do, we'll pause this video and we'll zoom in on the spinners at 25 metres and see if we're going to hit them, because they're quite small, and maybe some knockdown of the rats. So I hope you like that little video. Take care and thanks for watching. Hi, so I'm back with my Empire XS. This is the .22 cal using Barracuda 15s, which are 15.89 grain and 5.52mm head, and I've got some spinners, which are quite small spinners as well, at 25 metres, and we're going to see if we can hit them. So here we go. There they are. Those yellow and black things, and we'll see if we're going to get them to move. There he goes. We're at about 160 bar at the moment. So let's see. It's like to one side, I think. It's aimed slightly to one side. It's not perfectly zeroed, this rifle. Yep. From there. Well, just like sitting in the grass. A bit higher up, I'll just see it now. The rifle is vertical, there's no cant. Yep, that's fair. Right, so I've got a rat in one of the targets. I can move it across, pan it across. We'll see if we can hit that. So we'll pan it across to there, I think that's what it is, in there. Yeah, I can just about see it. We'll zoom out a bit. Oh shit, there she is. We'll do what the light's like there. That's it. Let's see if we can actually knock that. It's only a 12 millimetre, I think it is. No, 14 millimetre hole, that one. It's less than half an inch. Just over half an inch, we say. Let's see if we can actually take that. I'll have to aim slightly to the right, because we know that this site's not, scope's not quite focused as lured in yet. So let's see. Give her a cock and see how she does. So we can actually knock it. Oops, missed it. Again. Sending off to the right a bit. Yeah, got it. Yeah, need to bring the scope across a bit, I think. See the resetter in the grass. Yeah, that's reset. No problem there. I think I might have 2 more shots left. So let's have a look back at that. Again. Yep. So reset. Oh no, we're out. We're out. Mr. Counted. So we're out. That's the final shot. So that was at 160 bar, I believe. Yeah, we're now at 150 bar. So that's 4 magazines, 50 bar. So that's 48 shots off 50 bar. So you can expect around about 100 shots from this rifle, which is pretty good in 2.2. So, yeah. What do I think of this rifle? Yeah, I really like it. It's this scope's a bit big for it, I think. I'd like to get something a bit more compact. It may be a little low for me, because these are low mounts. Yeah, 30mm tube. So I may raise it a little bit, but it seems pretty accurate. I mean, the scope isn't quite zeroed. It needs to be dialed slightly to the right still. But I was aiming slightly off for those targets, slightly off to the. I mean, only slightly, probably a click off to the right. So yeah, really nice, lovely trigger. This is probably one of the best Kral triggers. Really light first stage, and a very slightly heavier second stage. There's a tiny amount of creep in the trigger, but I haven't taken the stock off, but I could adjust that and probably just take that out. But yeah, she's really nice. And we were only talking a little bit of creep. I mean, a tiny little creep, that's all. Yeah, really impressed. Obviously, it uses the standard Kral magazines. These are 12-shot 2.2, and they're 14-shot in 177. Seems to suit the Barracudas. I've shot the 18 through this as well. It seems to be great. Pretty good on air. It seems like the first 48 shots, the first 4 magazines, seem consistent. So it does drop off when it gets down to about 110 bar. You see, and I haven't really done a proper full crony test with a clean barrel to see where the sweet spot is yet, but I will be doing that. I will be doing a complete shoot from full down to when it starts to droop off the power through the crony in my test shed, and we'll see exactly what the sweet spot is and how many shots you'd expect to get. But in total, I think you'd probably get double 48, so that's like 96, at least 96 shots before it starts to drop off. Okay, so yeah, really nice rifle. Really like the wood. I like the dark wood. I said I will do maybe a look at the trigger adjustment at some point. I'm going to the shooting show next week, so I should be at the British shooting show on Saturday to see what they've got, and I may well treat myself to a new scope, a compact scope, 30mm tube I want. So yeah, really nice rifle. Did fit a rail to put a torch on, so I may do a bit of torch shooting again with this scope. But we know how she performs because I do a proper target shoot in the dark. I think might be a good idea, and see how she shoots. So yeah, really nice rifle. I really enjoy it, and for the money, for under 500 in the UK, I think it's a good value, very good value rifle. So I hope you like that little video. Take care, and thanks for watching. Good afternoon. So I'm here with my Kral Empire XS .22 cal, and I've just been out doing a bit of shooting. Weather's not too bad, fairly calm. Yeah. So I've been using some Barracuda 15s, 15.89 grain with a 5.52mm head. So at 25 meters, I did 12 shots. I did a rough zero on the scope first 12 shots. So this is the second magazine, down to 24 shots at about 190, 180, 185, 190 bar. So that's 12 shots, and that's an 18mm diameter, 5p piece. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is I gave the barrel a really good clean. It was manky. I cleaned it from new, and I had to clean it again because it's really filthy. Obviously, a lot of cleaning protective agents in there. So yeah, so it's really letting it back in. So that's pretty good. Yeah, wider than I'd expect, but I was moving around a bit. It was off a rice bag, off this bag here. Yeah, and in fact, really, it was off this because the centre of this weight is actually on the grip. So it was actually really just sitting on that, and it was hardly sitting on the front bag. So it was all sort of balanced on this small bag at the back. So it was moving around a little bit. And then I moved out to 28 meters, and again, another 12 shots. You got 9 under, well under that 5p piece, well under 3/4 of an inch. These three here, to be fair, it was probably me moving, definitely that far one. I think I was moving a little bit, and I think these are the later shots. We'll see on the video. But I've got a feeling I might have moved my aim point from there down to here, which is why these two ended up here down here. But yeah, I'm very happy with that, to be fair. Yeah, very happy with that. So, would I recommend this rifle? Yeah, I think it's a really good rifle. They've done a fantastic job in it. The trigger is probably the best Kral / Webley trigger. I've got Webley Mastiff, and the trigger's pretty nice. I've made some adjustments to it, but it's still fairly heavy. Well, not overly heavy, but slightly heavy on the second stage. This has a very light first stage and a slightly heavier second stage. Tiny little amount of creep. I mean, it is tiny. You could probably dial it out, do a slight sear adjustment, which I may do. Cocking smooth. Seems to suit the Barracudas. Shorter pellets like the FTTs. It doesn't really like feeding them, like a lot of cassette magazines don't. But these are 16 grain almost, and also I've tried some Barracuda 18s, which are longer again, slightly heavier, and this rifle seems to suit them very well. No issues with any clipping at those two weights, 15 and 18 grain, no problem. Probably if you went to 21 grain, you might get some clipping because of the weight. Because the actual barrel, I mean, the barrel doesn't end here, you see. People think, oh, it ends there, but it doesn't. It ends sort of like round about here. So you've got all that space there for the pellet to come out the barrel, and if it's a heavy pellet at sub 12 foot-pound or even 11 foot-pound, it may just drop a little bit and clip the exit. Okay, but this, I've tried this with a moderator or silencer, and it doesn't clip that either. So, and that's a fairly short moderator, probably about 4.5, 5 inches. Just swift stumpy. So yeah, those shots might have been slightly out. It could even be my head-eye position because I've got this is the lowest low mounts, 30mm tubes. So getting your high head-eye position has to be bang on every time, and this is the third time I've shot this. And also I did a bit of an adjustment on the windage after the spinners, the yellow spinners, the black spinners. So it seems to be shooting a bit straighter now, which is good. So yeah, would I recommend it? For the money, I mean, it's sub 500. In fact, it's can be sub 490, 480 if you shop around. So yeah, I think it's really good. Did 4 magazines on video, which is 48 shots in 2.2, and that went down to about 150 bar. So you could expect to get maybe another 4 magazines out of it. Yeah, you should get about 90, 96 shots, I reckon. It may start to drop off on that final magazine, but I shall do a full crony test. Now I've gave the barrel a complete clean. I should probably put some more leather in a bit more, and then do a full crony test from 200 bar down to when she drops off, and work out the best spread zone, which could be like 20 FPS over, say, I don't know, 90 shots or something like that. If it's 20 FPS spread over that, that's very consistent. You want it around about that, in the actual sweet spot. If it starts dropping to 30 and 40, then you're going to get drop off a pellet, and then you drop off at aim point as well. Okay. So yeah, really nice rifle. So I hope you like that little video. Take care, and thanks for watching.